The State Department's ambassador for religious freedom called on Iran to release Iranian pastor Youcef Nadarkhani. He is facing the death penalty for apostasy. Religious rights advocates say Pastor Youcef is being targeted because he leads a large Christian house church, also for challenging a government requirement that Christian students recite the Quran and learn Islam in public schools. His case has gained international attention, and now Ayatollah Khamenei is personally deciding his fate. In a speech at the U.S. Institute for Peace Wednesday, Ambassador Susan Johnson-Cook took up his cause. She said, quote, "I want to echo President Obama's and Secretary Clinton's and repeat my own condemnation of his conviction and our calls on Iranian authorities to release Pastor Youcef Nadarkhani immediately. I urge all of you to do the same."
And joining us now is Jordan Sekulow of the American Center for Law and Justice. The ACLJ is working with Pastor Youcef's legal team, and he met with State Department officials in the Office of Religious Freedom about his case yesterday. Jordan, thanks for joining us. Tell us about your meeting. What happened?
This is very interesting because, of course, there's a number of entities at play here and organizations doing everything they can to save Pastor Nadarkhani's life. But as everyone at CBN knows, and that's because CBN News was the first television, CBN News was the first TV news to cover this story, that this really got the international attention because of the American Center for Law and Justice. And because CBN put the story on the air, other news outlets started to pick it up, and it went all over the world. And we've continued, of course, to get updates on the story. But what happened was very different than is usual in Washington. We were asked about a week and a half ago, when can you be at the State Department? And we went to a meeting with a number of officials. And I just want to let everyone know that, we've done petition campaigns asking different leaders to speak out in certain ways, that the State Department, even in light of the nuclear situation, is very much engaged on this, has not forgotten about Pastor Youcef, and will not forget about Pastor Youcef. And I think for us, we've done those petitions asking our government to get more involved. That was, it's pretty groundbreaking to hear that, and great news to report.
Awesome. Well, Iran is under international pressure because of a new report that it is pursuing nuclear weapons. Does that have any bearing here?
It's interesting. It does, of course, bring Iran back into the news, and Pastor Nadarkhani is, there's a lot of stories that have happened really over the last week or so, smaller, about how the regime has been treating him and other Christians. For instance, we've seen some Christians who were being prosecuted for apostasy now let out of jail until their trial begins. I think a lot of this is because of the international attention on the nuclear situation. So certainly, I think Ambassador Johnson-Cook's statement was great. It's exactly what we've been looking for from the State Department. And, at this point in the situation with the nuclear Iran, it was great to be there and just be assured that they're not going to forget about Pastor Nadarkhani. And I want that message loud and clear, because sometimes we get involved in political partisan battles. Yeah. This issue is not about that. It's not about Republican, Democrat. It's about saving a pastor's life.
Jordan, tell us where the pastor's case stands right now. What happens next?
So right now, as we speak, and we found this out about a day ago, actually, the court said if we don't hear from the Ayatollah by the end of this month, then we'll issue our opinion by mid-December. Okay. So the interesting part there is that usually, even though they may, the Ayatollah could issue a public statement, that's very unlikely. The chances are the court will never really tell us whether or not he issued a statement or not, and we'll just go ahead and issue their ruling. So they've given us a timeline indicator of mid-December, which gives us a time to get to work, pray, and I'm telling everybody right now, expect a lot more updates coming in the next over the next week, especially.
We'll be paying attention. Jordan Sekulow, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.